So today we are in Lawrence, Kansas at the Lawrence Antique Mall, and I don't remember if I ever been here before. I don't think I have. And there's 3 floors. So in this particular booth, I found some nice jewelry. I thought they were really pretty. That poodle ribbon, I don't know what it is, but I love it. And then down here was a couple more belt buckles and other pieces of jewelry. Now their price point was like right where it needs to be, so really cool pieces to look at, but I could not buy them for resale. And then they had some shoes, boots, all kinds of different things. This particular antique mall I found to have a lot of clothing and dishes and stuff like that. There's a little Fenton basket right there, and it has a handle. The Weller, I think it was just a single candlestick holder if I had to guess. It had its sticker still on the bottom. Of course, there's an Aurifer's vase over here, and it is signed on the bottom. That was a real pretty piece. I like the color of it. And then right above all of those is a really cool piece of Carnival glass Fenton. It has the orange tree pattern on it. It's a 3-footed bowl, maybe a punch bowl perhaps. Little flower frog there. And then down over here, we found some jadeite in this particular booth. They had a lot of lusterware dishes and Fiesta. Now, I really like they didn't have any purple. I like the purple, but look at this gray. I really like this. It's very, I feel like it would go with almost any decor because Fiesta is usually colorful and loud, but I feel like that's a little bit on the muted side. Over here was more dishes, some uranium glass, and this nice blacklight display over here. And let's see, no uranium glass that's standing out that I might need. Over here they had some black glass, and this case had some paperweights that I was checking out, some glass fish, and a little bit of jewelry. Also had a little bit of knickknacks over here that were really cute. There's olive oil down there. And then around the corner, more dishes. Lots of dishes, more dishes. But that's not what I was looking at. I was checking out this vase. Look how cool this is. I love that it's 3-footed, and I had a piece with that similar style about a year and a half ago, and I could not figure it out for the life of me. So I was hoping they would know, but they did not know. My best research said it was Chinese, but I'm not sure, like old Chinese. Some wall hangings, little fish, piñatas. All right, let's go over here. I found this cat, and it's clear glass, and I just like the shape of it. I like the lines. It was only $8, so I thought about getting it, so I was checking it over really well. They didn't know who the maker was. I didn't see any signatures on the bottom, but then when I'm checking it, I felt like a chip right there or a rough spot, so... And then there comes like the dilemma. Do I forgive it? It's only $8. It is kind of cute. So in the end, I said, you know what? I'm not going to do it. Probably have some regrets about that, but I don't know. The little rough spot just made it like a deal breaker for me for some reason. That's okay. It's still there if you want it. And then over here in this jewelry case, which is hanging on the wall, by the way, they pinned their brooches to like velvet, and that purple, green, and blue enamel flower caught my attention. So I did buy that. I did not film opening it because it is locked. A lot of the cases, everything here almost was locked in a case. Here is the Bakelite over here. This particular vendor, we're in the same booth, had some beautiful Bakelite pieces and real stunning. Great prices on them. I have some Bakelite right now. Otherwise, I might have got a piece or two. And then I've spotted all this Fenton up here. Gorgeous. You know that's going to glow like crazy, that little melon vase. And then this Fenton Black Rose was amazing, but they knew what they had, and they had it priced right what it's worth, around $115, $120. So as gorgeous as it was, as much as I love it, I did have to put it back. And then over into this next booth, I saw these little Siamese cats in the case there. It was so hard to film because a lot of the stuff was locked up and I couldn't get a good angle of it. Vintage bobblehead cat was amazing. Too bad he wasn't a little bit more Halloween-y, or I might have got him for the Halloween show I'm having next weekend. More Carnival glass that I had to come and check out, and I didn't see anything that I needed to have. I have some Carnival glass right now, so I like to look at it. I do love Carnival glass. And then the hat pins, of course, caught my attention. I'm like, oh, look at all these beautiful hat pins. So I had to check those out. And don't forget to stick around to the end because I will be showing off everything that I bought today. I did go to my glass lady as well, so I picked up some items from her. And then I went to another antique mall, but it was so small that I didn't feel like I could record in there. But I'll show you what I got. I got a couple things from there as well. And here is some jewelry. These all happen just to be plastic pieces, but I like to check them to see if there's any glass or stone. I didn't see anything that I needed to have. They were good prices though, right around $5 each. They had some Matchbox cars, Lunchbox, some little toys. I'm not really into the old vintage toys, so just kind of making my way through the booth, but I figured I'd show you on my way out. And there's an octopus. Some mugs, some old tins, and some modern earrings. Not really my thing, so I just kept going. More jewelry, and it was, of course, modern also. And then I found this wall decor. I thought it was going to be a wall pocket, but it's not. It's just ceramic apples. I thought it was pretty. It was only $8. I thought that was a pretty fair deal, so it was okay. It was all right. Of course, we're going to see a lot of KU stuff because we're right down the street from University of Kansas. Found this Fenton thumbprint compote double ruffle lip there. Real pretty. I bet that glows like crazy around the edge because it has that amberina. What's down here? We got some brass, figurines, more jewelry in here. Let's check this out. Ooh, lots of rings. I don't do a lot with rings. I don't always say no to rings, but I just think they're very size specific, so I want to stay to a broader... Whoa, look at all those spiders in there. Okay, let's go over to this booth. There's some little kitschy things in there. I found this little weed pot that caught my eye. And it was marked on the bottom, but I had a really hard time reading that, so I'm like, okay. And then down here, we found more plates and dishware, some clocks. And then I found this white stretch glass compote. I'm not sure who makes that one. It wasn't on the tag either. I just thought it was real pretty. The iridescence was nice against the white. And then up here, oh yes, I found this Murano duck. It was only $54, which is a fantastic deal given how large it is. It's got some gold oro in the beak, and it was purple, but I'm like, I'm not shipping that. That's just, it's too much. It's too big. So it's still there if you want it. You can go get it. That was a good price for it though. And then I found this little paperweight. I like the little flowers that were in there. They were like millefioris that make up a trumpet flower. It was only, I think, $12, and I thought about it, but I'm like, you know what? I don't know who makes it, so I left it there. And let's keep looking. And I knew I was going to go see my glass lady today, so I was kind of being a little conservative because I usually buy quite a bit from her. All right, let's go into this booth. Some kitschy cute stuff. Not seeing anything I really need. Some clothes. And even though this is a vendor mall, I find it more to be, I don't want to say like flea market because it's a little better than flea market, but it's not all vintage. It's not all antiques. So just keep that in mind if you do plan on going. That was a Pier 1 vase. I like the gold against the blue. Some pots on the wall, some flower pictures. Oh, that little duck was adorable. Raggedy Ann and Andy. More mugs. And, all right, oh, these were beautiful. These enamel on that cranberry glass, that was a humidor. The tag said it was Moser, and that's probably accurate. And then the footed vases right next to it. The set was gorgeous as well. I think the humidor was like $150, I want to say. And then down here was a nice Fenton vase with the iridescence as well. We got some blue opalescent glass down there. Checking out the Carnival glass in here as well. That Persian medallion pattern. Let's see. Some pottery up there that looked like some Roseville. And then more dishware. Lots of dishware. Oh, this caught my eye. I've never seen this before. This was a Northwood Greek key pitcher. Now, the tag was nice. They said there was a crack on the bottom, so I appreciate them letting us know. Not that I probably would have got it because it has a handle, but I've never seen this before, and I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, I just want to share it with you. So I think it was marked for $40, I want to say, something around there. I don't know how much it would be without the crack. I should probably research that because it's intrigued me. All right, let's keep looking. All right, let's go over here and check out this booth. These were adorable. There's little kitties like around their feet of those figurines. Calculators, birds, lots of birds, barn animals, horses. This vendor really likes animals, some ceramic jugs. And then I felt like something was watching me and I'm like, what? Oh, uranium glass. So the reamer that was uranium glass was $24. That's right about what they're worth. So I was getting this feeling like somebody was watching me. So of course I had to look up and check out what was going on. And there was these huge crows on top of this shelf, like ginormous. Look at them. They're adorable. All right, let's keep walking. Then over here in the next booth, I love how the vendor marked everything. You can see exactly who the makers were. There's from Francoma. And I appreciated that. I'm like, oh, if nothing else, we get to learn and we don't have to handle everything just to learn who the maker is. There's some dance. And then I'm like, what is this back here? It was an owl. I'm like, I don't think that's dance, but let's take a look. It ended up being false graph, which kind of surprised me. I'm like, there's a false graph piece that I actually don't mind. There's a couple pieces I don't mind, but this one was really cute. I've never seen it before. And it was $30. And again, I like that gray color that was on it. So cool piece, never seen it before. All right, so that about wraps up our adventure here in Lawrence. Here's the pieces that I did find. I got 3 brooches, all enamel on metal, so excited about those. Those will be on my sale on Sunday, our knickknacks. So while I was here, I decided let's head up a Goodwill. So we went to the Goodwill in Lawrence, Kansas as well. And I found this piece, and I wanted to show it to you guys because a lot of people think this is Murano, and yes, Murano does make some of them, but this is actually by New Orleans, and it has its original sticker as well, so be careful when you find those and do your research on them. Let's see. Oh, they don't have baggies here. All the little, like, knickknacks and tchotchkes are all on the shelf, and you get to pick. Those were Homeco, which kind of surprised me. They were $2.25 each, not a bad deal. Definitely vintage, but they probably were a set of 3 because they always come in sets of 3s, it seems. I thought about them. I thought they were cute, but I don't need them. I don't need them. Let's see. More little knickknacks down here. Cute little sailor captain dude. And then up here, there was a cat. The vases. This is not a very big Goodwill. I'm going to let you know. The Goodwill footage is very limited because of the size. It's a small one. Look at this little elephant cookie jar, I would assume. I love the colors on him. I thought he was adorable. He is very modern. This threw me through a loop. It was like a Mexican souvenir piece, but they had it marked for $19.99, which I thought was weird because the prices here were actually really good. And then I found that. I'm like, what? Okay, that threw me off. And then this was like $5 for something. It had Millefiori. It's a fused glass plate on a stand there. I'm trying to see if there's any marks on it because those Millefioris that were surrounding it, I couldn't tell who the maker was. I left it behind. When I got closer, I didn't think the quality was Murano, so I did leave it. That is definitely a vintage candlestick holder, but it had a repair. Like it was broken in half and put back together. All right, let's keep looking through the Christmas. There were some cute Christmas items here, even though some of it was modern. These snowmen are adorable, little salt and pepper shakers. And then these snowmen were also adorable. They were Hallmark, probably vintage on those set, but super cute. I'm sure we're going to be having some Christmas sales coming up. It's not that far away, guys. It's not that far away. I should probably start stocking up. But I'm still looking for some Halloween. No, that was just a styrofoam pumpkin. Don't need that. Some old little houses. There's Santa Claus. Wreaths. Lots of wreaths. Some stockings hanging up there. All right, I don't see anything I need in the Christmas section. All right, let's go over to, wait, what did I find? Oh, this snowman. Now there are some, this is just a Chinese one, like imported, but there is a maker that makes amazing snowmen that kind of look like this. I forget who makes them. I'll have to go figure that out. Oh, but these are amazing. This is Moon Marble Company. They're out of Bonner Springs, which is not too far from Kansas City. And people were telling me about these marbles, and I finally found some. I think it was like $4 for the container. So I did buy them, and they're still in business. So some might be vintage, they might be modern, I don't know, but they are handmade. So super happy to find those. And that was just a little lidded dish there. And then I'm like, wait, what is that? There's something? No, hold up. What is this? Oh, look at this weirdo. She's a little vase. Somebody must have made her. She was signed on the bottom. She was $2.25. I wasn't gonna get her, I swear. I was not gonna get her. And so I said, well, I'm gonna put her on the edge so everybody can see her in all her weirdo greatness. And I kept shopping. And I swear, after I walked away, about 4 people picked it up and looked at it. So I'm like, okay, if it's that intriguing to 4 other people, I'm just gonna get it. So I ended up going back and picking it up and buying it. Those were like little Mexican folk art nativity scene figurines. So, all right, now we're on to Savers. And again, checking out the Halloween, seeing if there's anything that I need for my sale next weekend. Bobble. Gotta bobbles the baubles. That's the rule. A Grinch was in with the Halloween. Not sure why. I felt the need to pick that up. And there were some candles. I don't really ship candles, so. All right, let's go to the Christmas section. Check this out real quick. It looks a lot like the stuff that was still here the last time I was here. So I just went through real quickly. I didn't really stop to pick anything up or anything. That Nutcracker is still there. And now we're over in the figurine section. And again, I was just here not too long ago, so I'm seeing a lot of the same stuff. That's a Morton, the little cat there. You would put cotton balls and it would come out of its butt, or you can use it as a planter. Let's see. No, not seeing anything I need to have on the figurine section. I'm finding these mugs everywhere. They look like they're like Mexican pottery, but I know they do make some that are souvenir pieces, but I'm seeing a lot that are not souvenir pieces. Oh, speaking of, there's one right there. So that one was definitely a souvenir piece. I love the butterfly on there, but if it didn't have that, souvenir aspect to it, I probably would have got it. I thought this was kind of cute. I like the purples. It was $24.99 for the whole set, though. I'm like, that's a little pricey for what it is, but I did like the purple. And they have whole sets of plates here. Vintage ones too. These were all bone china. I love the pattern on there. So I was checking those out, and there was more also down below. Another entire set of dishware, which is probably why there's a lot of dishes over at the antique mall. All right, let's go on to some jewelry. This is probably my favorite find of the day. I found a micro mosaic at Savers for $3.99. So of course I bought that. And again, I'll show you a better picture of it at the end. So of course now I'm on the hunt to see if there's any more micro mosaics, and I didn't see any on this rack. I didn't want to make you guys dizzy again, so I kind of just started all over every time I went around a corner. Let's see, anything over here except right there? Nope, nothing. Okay, here are some empty wine bottles. They would have had wine in them. People collect them because they're shaped like cats, but no vases that I'm seeing. Some old floral arrangements. Oh, and then I found this vase. This is why I always tell you guys to keep a look in the floral section, because even though this is modern, it's a beautiful piece. It has a Bill Campbell look to it. It is not Bill Campbell. If it was, I would have bought it. It was only $14.99, but beautiful little piece there. Well, large piece, I should say. Okay, I'm not seeing anything else here that I need to have. All right, here's the haul from everything I got today. I found some beautiful jewelry pieces at that second antique mall that was really small. These little elephants, this rhinestone brooch back there, which is purple. I found that orange enamel flower, and these marbles are Jeff Meyer. Actually, Pete found them and sent me a picture of them. I'm like, I know who's selling those. That's my glass lady. So I sent her a message saying I do want them. So they are signed JM for Jeff Myers, and they're stunning. I think every single one has some form of millefiori in it. Look at that. So cool. So those will be coming up for sale soon, and they are signed. So thanks, Pete, for good looking out. Here's the micro mosaic that I found at Savers for $3.99. So that's a really fun find right there. Let's see. Oh, I got some eye colts. Oh, still looking at the marbles. Here's the eye colts that I found. Actually, I didn't find them. I got them from my glass lady. This is stunning. Look at that. It's got that like opalescent, ghostly color to it, and it's got the panel in the front that I like. So that's gorgeous. And then I found some other ones. There's the St. Clair back there that I got at the second antique mall. There's the Weirdo. And then I got a couple of Burmese Fenton pieces at that second antique mall as well. That was really small. That face is just, it's killer. All right, and here is probably my favorite besides the micro. I got this eye colt from my glass lady. It is a magnum. It is ginormous. It is beautiful purple flowers, iridescent veiling. I will probably save this for the glass gallery. You can see how large it is. Of course, it is signed eye colt. I think it's 1991. That will be in the glass gallery, so I'm gonna save that one. It's stunning. Look at that. And here's a little bonus footage of Pretzel snoozing away. Rocco is under the blanket. You just can't see him. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.